Okay, now I've got my Design Space account pulled up, and you see on the arrow where I've got my mouse onto Insert Images, and right now I have it on All Images, and I just go over here and I'm going to type in square, and then I'm going to hit search, and once that's done pulling up, I'm going to click this little filter button, and I'm going to choose my images because I have a lot of wonderful images and I don't want to purchase any more, but see, came up with that one I could purchase. So now here's all the images I have purchased in my different Cricut cartridges, and these are the different squares that come up. And this, for example, this came from Close to My Heart Artbooking. If you size this to a 12 by 12, all you have to do is pop your photos behind it, or your papers, some papers behind some of them, photos behind some, and you've got your page done. Put a little title and you're pretty much done, and it's beautiful. This is one of the wonderful things about Artbooking. And this whole Artbooking Cricut cartridge was set up for scrapbook pages and mini albums, and this one's the same way, where you would do it 12 by 12, and that makes a beautiful honeycomb overlay. And the bonus of doing this one is that after you cut it out, you're going to have over 100, or maybe it's more like 50, those little nice little hexagons to use. And for example, this would be beautiful. So these are all backgrounds, but I'm needing a square. So just scrolling through until I find a square. Ah, perfect. Okay, so I just used my left button on my mouse and I clicked on it, so it's now highlighted, and I'm going to go down here, and you can see it down at the bottom, although that kind of looks like a circle down there, but it's showing a square over here. We're going to hit Insert Images. This is the layout that I'm working on, and I just wanted to show how I achieved this. Okay, so all you do now, see, there's my nice square. You come over here to Edit, and you just change the size to 12 for a 12 by 12 square. And when you hit enter, well, that should have been 12 as well. I'm going to change that to a 12, and I'm going to unlock this. That way, when I hit enter, it will both be. See, I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, when I hit enter, now I've got a perfect 12 by 12 square. There it is, and now you see the green. I'm just using that green as a reference, but this is how I came up with this. So this is the example of my actual Close to My Heart print. That's going to be the back of my layout, and this was just an easy way for me to put two of them side by side and be able to configure my sizes and make sure that I had my sizes on the way I wanted them to be. So I just chose this sort of lagoon color, and the reason I chose this color is that I thought it would well, I guess that wouldn't be, I like the color. It was easy to see. Okay, so now these are the frames, and these frames I just got simply by going to Insert Images like I showed with the square. I typed in frame. These frames are all from the Cricut Artbooking. It's the Close to My Heart Artbooking collection. So I just chose them, and you saw some of the pages, but they actually have some pages that are already done with the frames already on them and everything like that. So I'll show that, because that will give you a better idea of this cartridge, and this might be something you would like. This over 700 images, and I actually looked. Every cartridge Close to My Heart carries is 700 images. Well, Artbooking actually has more than that, and I never knew that, but with Design Space, of course, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to type in frame. Type in rectangle frame. I'm going to hit search. Okay, so here's all the different ones you can do, and you can see that's the one I got right there. But the first time I did it, I didn't put in rectangle, I just typed in frame, and apparently that confused my project. So if I just typed in Artbooking, so I'm searching by images right now. If you go over here to cartridges, then you go to filter, you don't have to necessarily have an Explorer and use Design Space. I have other Cricut machines, and the cartridges work great. But with Close to My Heart, they now give you the option to either buy the cartridge or to get it digitally. And if you get it digitally, you would just have it in, it would just be uploaded to Design Space. After you buy it, you will get a little coupon like code, and you type it in and it would let you redeem it. The instructions are in it when you buy it. So you could do it that way. It's a little cheaper. It's $79.99 to do it that way, and it comes with 3 stamp sets that coordinate, and you also get a paper packet for you to cut some great your great images with some Close to My Heart paper. And it's the I believe it's the I think it's the Adventure collection. It's sort of bright colors. But anyway, if you didn't want the digital and you wanted the physical cartridge, which is what I'm going to do since I do have another, I have actually 2 more machines, you can go in there and buy the regular cartridge. It comes with a nice little manual. I like to have the manuals out sometimes just to flip through and kind of get an idea. They're full color, and I will give a breakdown. I'll do another video and give a breakdown of each one. I'm right now going to order the newest cartridge called Artistry, and I haven't gotten it yet, so I think that'll be a good time to go through each one. But right now you're seeing all the images I own, and I have a Cricut Imagine, so Cricut, the Cricut company was nice enough to give me all the Imagine images to use on my Explorer now, so that's when you're seeing some of those. I have a lot of images now owning the Close to My Heart Art Philosophy Cricut bundle, and what I like about how they've got this in Design Space, you can see it all put together, so it gives you a nice little snapshot of what images are on that cartridge. And here's the Artbooking, and you can see it's got a pretty font. All the Cricut Close to My Heart cartridges do come with a great font, and you can see some of those images, and this one is the Close to My Heart Artfully Sent, and this one is all about cards. So excited. I have done some videos of my cards that I've made with it, and have uploaded those before if you want to check out those. probably going to be making some more because I stumbled on a really, really cute Christmas card that I didn't know existed in there before when I was looking here earlier, and I'll probably be making that soon. So here is the Artiste cartridge. That is one of my favorite cartridges. It even has little packages you could make with it and other 3D items. So I really like that. So right now, those are the Cricut cartridges I have. Art Philosophy was the first, then Artiste, followed by Artbooking, and then Artfully Sent, and soon I will have Artiste. And so this is what I was want to show. So if you just want to look at the cartridge together as a collection, you come over here, and you will see this Artfully Sent has 711, and this one, Artbooking, has 1,000 images. That is a lot of value for $99 or $79.99 to get that many, because most Cricut cartridges only come with about 100 or so images. It just depends on the cartridge, and you may spend, I don't even know how much they usually go for, but you might spend a lot, and this comes with 3 coordinating stamps, so when you cut the image out, you just stamp on it, and it's perfect. And like I said, I will go into that in another video to give an idea on it. And I kind of have done a few videos where I've showed that, but I will show that with the artistry. So right now you're seeing the little mini albums. If you wanted to do a mini album as a gift, this is really, really cool. You would just select each one. Like this one's Christmas. Get close in so you can see that it says, I believe it says Merry and Bright. I know it's a little blurry right here. And then that one says Christmas on the side and December. It cuts where it'll say December on the side and Christmas. So you make each of these and then you put them together. Like this would be stacked together, and it makes this nice little album. And then when you put them together, so it cuts the little holes, then you just take twine, or if you wanted to do those little circular keychain rings, you could use those and to bind it, or you, like I said, you could tie it, and then it makes the cutest little mini album to be gifts. So that's if you want to do like a Christmas one. Here's ones for Halloween. Here's ones for summer. They have one for spring. They have all the seasons, and they have a baby one. So they have different themes to them. They're just really, really cool. There's another. You can see the 25 there for December. Okay, here's the baby one. Has a giraffe. It's got this cool pattern to it. That's actually an overlay you can cut out. And that one's for like Valentine's Day or baby. And they kind of have you covered in this one cartridge. But this is what I used, was one that was spring. See, I'm going to use this one soon for the planes and the different things from when I took a trip recently to the Close to My Heart collection. Convention. These are the different icons that go with it, and I'm just going to scroll down. I didn't want this video to be super duper long. And I could show this in a different video, so I really shouldn't spend the whole video going through this, because I'm just trying to show what I'm going to work on. And I didn't want this video to be super long. So I do need to finish it. But you can see right now, you can see a cool little zebra pattern. The screen was loading, so I had to wait. A bunch of people must be using it right now. Let's see. Great teams. There's more Halloween. Birthday. Okay, so here's some great winter backgrounds. A pretty snowflake background. Different images. And this is a whole collection of Halloween. So all you have to do, click on this, insert it, size it to a 12 by 12, cut it, and then hit cut. And you've got your whole layout already done. Add your pictures, you're done. They've already taken all the guesswork out of you. taken all the guesswork out of it. So I'm just showing where I got this. It's right down here. I don't know if I've ever wrote down here. That's not it. But there's some other layouts, so you get the idea. These are the same thing. You just size it to a 12 by 12, and you've got your layout done. And of course, for these, you're going to have another paper you'll put back in, and all these little cutouts will just pop so well off whatever color you put back underneath there. And you can change the colors, you can make it your own, you can delete some of the items if you don't like them, but if you love it, it's already done. The whole layout is already done. That one's a great sunburst design. You can really make it your own. It takes the guesswork out of it. Sometimes the most complicated part is coming up with your own design. This one's great. It's got little hearts. Okay. Well, there's an example of a layout they made with a great snowflake background. Anyway, we'll go to the next part and I'll show you. Okay, so I have the frames the way I want them. and you can see the horizontal picture, the vertical picture for the Zoe layout. They'll have the little flag banner things here, and I will finish. I'm going to cut this twice to give some more dimension. I'm going to stack that on top of each other, and then the horse's name is Party at the Ritz. These pictures that I selected here, as you can see, the whole picture would be good in the frame, so I didn't want to have the frame take up much of the picture. So what I'm doing is I made them bigger for the dog. Not all of the picture was great, so the frame could be a little smaller here, and that gives more room for those giant, well, they're not giant, but the flags. So here's my idea. This is going to be pretty simple. I don't know if I'm going to put anything in the middle of it, but for this purpose, I'm just going to put the 2 frames and the Party at the Ritz title. Now, the Party at the Ritz, that font is from the Cricut Art Philosophy cartridge, and that's the same as the Zoe, where it's got the little holes in it. And I'm going to add some crystals in some of the little holes just to make it a little bit more glitzy, because Ritzy, the horse Ritzy, she's a pretty glamour girl here. That's my 2 cousins in the picture. My cousin on the left, Marveline. I've put a few videos on my YouTube channel of her riding for the Tennessee Walking Horse competition. So that's what the layout looks like right now, and underneath it I'm going to hand cut some more of those papers, and probably throw in some of the canary, and probably a little bit thinner. I'm not sure the size yet, but I'm thinking about making the little banner smaller. Gonna go like this right under the title, make that title really pop. And I don't know if I'm going to frame that title out or not. I'm just going to see how it looks on it. But the Zoe, I've decided to leave because that's kind of busy with all this here, so I just want to leave that. And then this is going to be, that's going to be the busy part right here. All those different colors, and then the pictures are going to stand out more, I think. So I'll have to show that when I get done. But I wanted to do a quick video in the process before I cut, just so I could show that. Okay, so this is what the finished layout looks like. What I did was I laid down the negative space for my Cricut cut, and that actually lined up so much better before I put the yellow down. So I did this, then I put the sorbet down. I cut this out twice in sorbet and in canary, the letters. And I was going to do it the same color, and then I decided that since my cousin really loves yellow, and I think bringing out the yellow just kind of, I think it looked really good with, I was thinking about the brown on the horse, but then I realized they were both wearing yellow because they do love yellow, so that just worked out so well. Like, that's what I decided to do. Also, because I had trimmed down this paper, in order to get the green part for this, all I did was take the canary and I cut it and I taped it on the back so that I made the perfect 12 by 12 page. This is actually Whisper, and it did not come in the kit. It was a darker gray. It was the slate that came in the kit, but I think the lighter gray looked better with what I was doing because I have so much going on. It was becoming kind of busy. It's called Party of the Ritz because that's the name of my cousin's horse. And this is when we went to go see her in Tunica. I saw my cousin Marveline ride, and it was really, really great. But they both cousins own the horse. And here's the other layout of their dog, Zoe. So here is the finished layout, and I will show it framed. And if you have any questions on how I made this, please let me know. This was done exactly the same, just I cut it a little shorter. And this is actually the zip strip from one of the other ones. And all I did was put it down and glued it because I did this with the compliments here, and I thought that looked really good. And I hope you liked it. This was just some other compliments in that little Zoe compliment kit. And I will show what they look like in the frame I got. Also, to note that, in case you didn't watch the other video for Cyber Monday, I used liquid glass to adhere this, as I bought that at Hobby Lobby, and it didn't come with any backing at all. It didn't come with a easel. It didn't come with anything. So, liquid glass saved the day. Alright, so here's the finished layouts after I framed them. And on each one I signed the back, which might be kind of hard to see. Oh, there you go. And I added a little scrap. This whole project was inspired by the Zoe Close to My Heart paper collection. Every single one of those patterns you see there is from the Zoe paper pack, and I made the whole thing because my cousin's dog is named Zoe. Now, it's not spelled exactly the same, but that's okay. And then I wanted to go ahead and put the horse layout. This is actually what I did for their Christmas gift last year. I'm a little bit late posting this video. I had been ill and hadn't been able to be crafting, and also have been having some issues, technical issues with my iPad. So, thank you for watching to the end of this video. I'm sorry it was so lengthy, and I got to be chatty, but I really appreciate you watching, and if you would like to order, my Close to My Heart website is www.fromtheheart.blogspot.com. The Zoe papers are all double-sided, so that shows both sides of the Zoe paper, and that's why I was using all the sides in it. And also, when I was showing those 12 by 12 Lagoon pages during the Cricut Design Space portion, it was just to get an idea what it'd look like on the actual Zoe paper. Thank you. I'm also going to put the links in the description bar. Thank you for watching.